understand I am a coward investor. See, I'm personally not going to probably go buy Bitcoin just as Bitcoin. I want to grab both if I can. I want to own the real estate in case this thing gets rugged, in case this whole thing's a hype.
What's your experience being at this conference?
I've been here 2 days. I have not heard one negative thing from anyone.
Really?
I have not heard one person express concerns about where we're at. And that concerns me. How many companies are going to try to do what Sailor's doing?
Sounds like a lot. It seems like it's growing.
I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Where's the product, dude? You think that there's a scarcity of fucking Bitcoin? Bro, there's a scarcity of people that love work. Fuck it. You don't need to like it. You don't need to be passionate about it. You don't need to do what you love to do. Fuck all that shit. Do what you can fucking do and learn to love that shit. You have zero to offer anyone. So what you should do is you should go embrace work is the greatest gift God's ever given you. You should hustle fiat. Work for other people. Quit thinking I got to be the boss and the CEO. It's all bullshit. You need to fucking work and like work. Any kind of work is better than no work.
Yeah.
And get somebody to give you fiat, whatever fucking fiat they'll give you. Okay, you take that and you put a smile on your fucking face and say, thank you so much. Can I stay and do some extra work for no money?
Man, that is like the complete opposite of Western civilization culture right now, which is so bad.
You guys want a glitch?
Yeah.
This is the biggest glitch in the universe. It ain't Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's
Bitcoin's part of it. It's proof of work.
Yeah,
Bitcoin is literally the energy
bigger
money.
Than that glitch is humans saying, hey, I want to work for you. I want to sweep your fucking porch. I want to clean your toilets. I want to clean your gutters. And by the way, whatever you want to pay me is fine with me. And go do that over and over and over again until people are like, God damn, that guy's got work ethic. Because the moment you have that, you have magic. You think that there's a scarcity of fucking Bitcoin? Bro, there's a scarcity
of work ethic.
Of people that love work. I love work. Get some fiat, take the fiat, this is the second part of it, and fucking get rid of it. Don't buy Gucci's. Don't go to strip joints. Don't buy any fucking drugs.
Invest in compound.
Lease your fucking car if you even need one. Fucking Uber. Don't even buy a fucking car. Don't buy fucking watches. You don't need shit. You need investments. Don't collect bracelets, collect assets.
I love it.
You fucking use drugs every day, you will become a drug addict. Okay, you use alcohol every day, you will become an alcoholic, period. On the reverse side of that is if you get up every day and go to work and you succeed every day, you'll become addicted to that shit too.
We're at Bitcoin 2025 here in Las Vegas, joined by a man who's made an empire out of momentum. Real estate mogul, best-selling author, and unapologetic 10X thinker Grant Cardone. From the grit of Lake Charles to the grandeur of private jets, from scarcity-driven hustle to a $5 billion portfolio, and now an outspoken advocate for Bitcoin, Grant's journey is anything but typical. But behind the branding and bravado lies a deeper story of risk, reinvention, and raw belief. Let's get into it. Yes and no. It's a little bit of both.
It's chat.
It's some chat GPT. It's a little bit, but we tweak it a little bit. We add a little bit.
I met all your guys, and none of them can write that well.
I tell him, he gives me this stuff, and chat GPT is good. It gives you like a nice foundation, but you can, if you just tweak it a little bit, if you add a little bit of personal flavor, you can do a little bit better, right? It's good foundation. It gives you a little something. So welcome, my man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So I know your brother a little bit. He has great parties, and I think it's St. Pete.
Yeah.
So we go up there, and beautiful house right on the water, fucking fantastic. But tell me about yourself. Talk to me a little bit. Tell me about the deal you're working on.
Your intro said it all. But I've been buying real Bitcoin since 2013 quietly. Nobody knew I was doing it. That same period of time, I've started a number of companies. We have a company called 10X Health System, does about $150 million a year, 3-year-old company. Bought it for $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah. Three years ago. Own a company called Cardone Ventures where we consult companies. So we're in companies. We see how many of them are sitting on cash or no cash. They're having trouble growing and scaling. I own that with a partner. We own an educational company. It does about $150 million a year over the internet. And then I have this other company called Cardone Capital where we buy large apartment complexes, 300 and 400 unit institutional quality real estate. And now we're adding Bitcoin to the purchase of the real estate, taking what would typically be a 12 or 15 or 18% return to 35 and 45% annualized returns.
That's incredible.
We're taking best in class assets, a 2,000-year-old product called real estate. This is all multifamily, so there's renters in the properties, 14,000 units. 14,000 families rent from us. Average rent's about $2,000 a month. It throws off cash flow. We use the cash flow to purchase Bitcoin.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So you're in on the treasury reserve aspect of stuff. That's kind of what it seems, taking some of the cash flow and putting in.
But we have a product. Our product is people have to live someplace.
Yeah.
So there's some benefits to what we're doing that haven't been exploited. Which is, one, our tenants are able to actually invest in the properties. They're actually able to earn ownership in that property.
Wow.
Okay. We brand all the properties 10X, which is a book I wrote called the 10X Rule that you referenced. And we're buying institutional quality assets from institutions in a correction market. And what that means is we're finding assets today because of the way there's a problem in the debt market that nobody knows about, where, I mean, people talk about it, but nothing's being done about it, where these large institutions bought tens of thousands of units in 2021 and 22.
Yeah.
And their debt's due.
And it's got to be refinanced at higher rates
They
too,
did
right?
it at 3.
Yeah.
The debt's probably due at 6 or 7 today, which means there's going to be a 30 or 40% correction in the price.
Wow.
We're buying assets for 30 and 40% below what it should sell for.
Yeah.
And rather than just stealing the real estate, we just stack some Bitcoin back to replacement costs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we know we get back to that value at some point. So if it takes 3 or 4 years to get back to the original value when the market corrects, we sell off the real estate and we own our Bitcoin for free.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So talk to me about this deal you're looking at right now. You're showing me.
Well, we have, I have 4 deals in contract right now. One deal in Chicago, $180 million. Another
Chicago, there's been a lot of deals there. I got a buddy who just bought like a $20 million building. He came in with like a $2 million cash and just fucking took the whole building. Like they couldn't do it.
This $180 million deal is being bought from an institution. This would normally sell for about $220 to $230 million. This is best in class, great location. Second deal's $380 million, also in Chicago, 800 units. We'll add $50 million of Bitcoin at purchase, about 500 pieces. That deal should be selling for it's 380, should be selling for 450. You couldn't build it for 500 million.
Wow.
And then there's a deal in Boca that I'm buying out of bankruptcy for 240 million. We'll add 50 million of Bitcoin to that.
That's unbelievable.
And still be cash flow positive and offer our investors hundreds of millions of dollars of depreciation from the real estate. Bitcoin doesn't depreciate. There are no tax advantages.
That's why, we're doing a lot of Bitcoin mining stuff. Our parent company is Bitcoin mining. So
well, you guys get depreciation.
That's what we've recently started a curated mining division, and it's grown like fucking insane because essentially what we're doing is we're taking minority equity position, and that's really what we do, and we manage everything. And like the tax advantage with this bill that's supposed to pass, 100% depreciation up front. So you can essentially, it's like buying Bitcoin, but you get that tax deduction up front, and then now you're stacking passively. You're accumulating. You're accumulating. And if you do it well, if you know what you're doing, right? If you've been in the weeds for a long time, and that's kind of what that's part of our business that's really been taken off lately, because people are just looking for those deductions.
Yeah, what we're mining real estate basically. We're mining real estate that's already been built. I'm not building anything. I'm not speculating on anything. Just so any of your audience that is watching this, understand I am a coward investor. My brother is much more of a risk taker than I am. So I'm personally not going to probably go buy Bitcoin just as Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy, I want to grab both if I can. I want to own the real estate in case this thing gets rugged. In case this whole thing's a hype. Okay.
When you look around here, do you feel like this could possibly be a hype, or what do you think? Like, what's your experience being at this conference?
I've been here 2 days. I have not heard one negative thing from anyone.
Really? Wow.
I have not heard one person express concerns about where we're at. And that concerns me.
That does concern you. Okay.
The void of, hey, how many companies are going to try to do what Sailor's doing?
Sounds like a lot. It seems like it's growing.
I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Where's the product, dude? We're buying treasury bills.
I guess the product is, hey, the government can't fucking steal your life's energy because they can't print the money. So to me, like, the product is sound money. It's like, hey, it's like gold for the internet in a lot of ways.
But to me, like, there's a lot of unsound money being created out of this.
Unpack that a little bit for me.
Well, I have a company
Uh-huh.
that adds Bitcoin
Okay.
that now sells stock
Uh-huh.
that borrows against their stock, that borrows money against their paper
Uh-huh.
to buy more Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
And then borrows more money against the Bitcoin to buy, like I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, guys. Like,
What's going on? Is it a cheat code? I get, but how are they getting? How are they getting 0% interest on these deals? I mean, my understanding is like sailors like borrowing money at 0%. It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's actually getting to 0, but
well, it's like 1 or close. I mean, my understanding of it is it's close to that.
Could be,
like,
but nobody has that data.
I mean, everybody would take that loan. I would if I get 0% and someone's going to give me money. I'm gonna take that all fucking day.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
But you can't find anybody to offer you 0.
Of course, I'm not Michael Saylor.
But we hear about the 0.
I'm not Grant Cardone.
But we don't know if it's 0 or not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, and I've met with Mike. Mike's a genius. I'm not worried about Mike.
Yeah.
I'm worried about all the other guys.
Yeah.
And how much of this can happen.
Well, I like what you're doing. I mean, you've got a fucking asset that's really producing.
If I bought this building right here,
yep.
And if all this is bullshit,
yeah,
I still own this. And because I have this in place, churning money.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's
like if you go into a major recession, this building still exists.
Of course.
Now, I know there's people out there say, yeah, but it's concrete and it's glass and it's steel and you got to fund it. Bro, people got to live someplace.
That's true.
For 2,000 years, people have sought shelter.
Yeah.
And they're going to pay for shelter. And the better the shelter and the better the location, the closer you are to the Nile River.
Yeah.
Or where the action is, the more people are going to pay for.
No doubt.
And so as long as you're buying great assets, and then along the way, you're accumulating this other asset class, at least you have something real in case the world goes to hell.
Yeah, I think it's, I like the idea of if you're going to have a Bitcoin treasury, you're generating value through business activity, whether it's Michael Saylor's software company or through you with real estate. And then you add that as reserves. What you're saying about, borrowing and all, like, I get like what it makes perfect sense. You got to be careful, right? You know, 0% interest. I mean, that to me is like, well, shit.
Michael's going to say that I'm being too careful. I mean, he's told me that.
Yeah.
Look, you're being too careful. You need to go we're doing like an 85-15. And he's like, Grant, you should be 80% Bitcoin, 20% real estate. I'm like, okay, maybe.
He's all in. I mean, he's a believer. I mean, he's passionate about what he believes.
I'm not here. I just know things can move.
No doubt.
And they can move you could be in a depression for 2 years.
Yes, you're not wrong.
And you're not gonna like that. But he's talking about that.
I get, and I'll tell you why, Grant. It's because for the past 4 to 5 years, it's like, I've been called, sir, we're closing your bank account. You're in a prohibited industry. I mean, we've had the boot on our throats. I mean, it's like, you want to fight, like you can go get real estate finance all day. It's the oldest game in town. Like you said, 2,000 years. I want to do a mining operation. I want to get finance. Yeah. It's like, hey, look at my returns for the past decade. They're amazing. Yeah. Will you finance this deal? No. Sorry, sir, we're closing your bank accounts. Yeah. You can't get anything. Boom. It's like, fuck, right? Like, so we felt the boot on our throats, yet we've still survived, persevered through this time. And now it's like, it's night and day. Like, we got the president and the vice president coming out and saying, hey, like, we're not going to fuck you anymore. We're going to actually say, we want this innovation. We want this building here. Yeah. And that's probably why you haven't heard a negative thing, because it's like, we're coming out of this thing and it feels amazing, right? It's like, But,
and that's good. And maybe it is just all, all great sailing and everybody's going to win.
Yeah.
In my short time on this planet, I've seen typically this, when you get to this place, there's a surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise, bitch.
I feel like we've made it on the other side of it for now, but obviously there's always, nothing is peaches and roses and straight up forever, right? I mean, it's
in that moment, you want to be in a position where you can be like, okay, I can weather the storm and not be a seller.
No doubt about it. You're 100% right. And that is what causes cascading, risks when that time comes and you're forced to liquidate something you don't want to, right? So if you survive in this industry for long enough, it's because you have some level of risk management skills. All the people that don't, they're gone. The FTXs, like all these other companies, they failed because they didn't manage risk, right? So
I had a group offer me in here. There's all these exhibitors. And he's like, we can lend you money against your Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I said, okay, good. But what's the percentage? It's 8 or something, 7 or 8.
Yep.
Oh, we'll do something special for you, Grant.
And talking to salt guys?
Yeah. Whoever. And I said, okay, when's the margin called? Well, when you hit certain level, I forget what it was, 75%.
It could be 75. There's a lot of different companies
hurdles,
now.
Right?
Yeah, the industry's evolving. I will say that.
How long do I have to clear the margin? He's like 24 hours, but He says, Grant, we would never enforce that on you. I'm like, what? He's like, it's a friendly thing. I'm like, bruh, it's friendly today because everything's fucking friendly.
Yeah.
But the day you understand, you're not calling a margin on me. You're calling one on 10 million people.
Yeah, because the market's
millions of people.
Yeah.
And millions of people that day are going to be like, can you give me another 24 hours? You're not taking phone calls. You cannot handle the amount of people trying to exit.
Yeah. There's
time. And at that moment, that's where the rug gets pulled. And that's the one thing that concerns me, because I don't want to lose. Number one, I don't want to lose money. And number two, I don't want to lose my investment.
Yeah.
Because I know over long periods of time, if I can stay with the real estate or stay with the Bitcoin, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, that's when I get wealthy. I don't want to get rich quick.
Yeah.
I want to get rich for sure.
You're 100% right. I mean, that's, a lot of people think this is like, it's just a get rich quick scheme, right? Like, Bitcoin is like, when people first hear about Bitcoin, it almost looks like this. One of my favorite quotes, like, it's like it looks like a Ponzi scheme. But then once you peel back the onion a little bit, you're like, holy shit, this is real innovation. There's something really important here, right? This idea of sound money. And, it's crazy. You've got to, I like your strategy. It's slow compounding and growth. And I try to do the same thing. I make sure that you manage risk and you're constantly building. You don't have to fucking hit a home run. We want to hit first base, second base, first base,
dude.
Build it up, right?
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Let me ask you a personal
Sometimes
question.
you just got to be in the dugout.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you just got to be in the game, man. You got to stay in the game. And that's half the challenge here, because the innovation is real. You can feel the energy.
Yeah.
But you do have to manage risk, because there's a lot of volatility, right? We're seeing a new asset class be created. We're seeing a new, just pure asset that's about almost 2 decades old now. And Bitcoin is the best performing asset in all of human history. I mean, it's up some ridiculous 5 million%, whatever it is. And I do expect that to continue. There's going to be volatility. The reason it will continue is because governments are going to keep printing money. I mean, that's what they do. And there's a problem, they print money to try to get out of it. And Bitcoin is a money that you can't print. You can't take people's wealth that way. You can't steal from them on the back end with inflation. You just can't do it. The system is designed to protect you from that. So there is real value in that, right? But, as new people come in, it's, there is a lot more volatility, and that volatility is going down over time. It's not real estate, but, you're seeing the reduction in that volatility. Let me ask you a personal question real quick. Take us back to Lake Charles, 25, broke, drowning in doubt. Was there a quiet moment you thought, maybe I'm not going to make it? And what helped you hang on just one more day?
Look, between the ages of 16 and 25 years old, I had a drug problem for 9 years. I tried to quit drugs every day for 9 years. Sometimes I'd try to quit 5 times a day. I'm not going to do it again. 7 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock, I'm not going to do it again. 2 o'clock, I'm not using drugs again. That's the last time, And I'd use it and then say, that's it. I'm not doing it again. I did that 4, 5, 6, 7 times, 8 times a day for 9 years.
Wow.
And every time I felt worse about myself. Like every time I felt like drugs are a problem. Nobody beats drugs. Elvis didn't. Michael Jackson didn't. Nobody beats it. Okay. And you guys that are out drugging right now, like I know you don't feel good about it. I don't care if you're just smoking weed. You don't feel good about it because you went and washed your hands after you smoked the weed.
Yeah.
Okay. And you feel good when you're with your buddies, y'all. And then I walk in and I'm fucking stone cold, clear-minded, and I don't have anything. Me and you both chase for fucking $1 billion. I'm beating you to the fucking bag.
No doubt about it, bro.
Why? Because first of all, you're self-doubting everything. Okay. Everything. You this is why when you smoke weed, which is the introduction drug.
Yeah.
You slow down in a car. You cannot drive faster when you're smoking weed. You always drive slower because you're in doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it changes the chemistry of your brain. It literally rewires your brain.
Totally.
I mean, that's like a fact.
So, it's a distraction. So for 9 years, I kept believing in, I don't know what it was, God or the universe or, I don't know, dude. Like, I just always said, I'm going to turn this around. And I failed for 9 years. And then one day I said, I'm going to quit today. And I quit.
Wow.
And I didn't use it. I again. I haven't used it in 42 years.
Congratulations. Yeah. That's amazing. I grew up with substance abuse as part of my family. And I just I made a decision.
It's for every family.
I just said, you know what? I'm not fucking drinking ever. I'm not doing drugs ever. And I fucking never did. And it was the fucking clearest thing I could have done. I wake up every day. People are like, oh, don't you want to try it? Don't you? I'm like, no, I fucking feel amazing being who I am. I don't need any of that. Like, if you want to do it, that's you, dude. That's your life.
Yeah, whatever.
Fucking by all means, I got, if you can do it casually, I know I got the bad genetics for it. I'll fucking be an addict. I'm fucking focused. But I am so happy.
Bro, everybody's got the genetics to be an addict. Okay? Like, there's no such thing as a genetic code for you to be a drug addict. Drugs and alcohol are not.
They turn you into
they're not a disease. If you use that fucking phone every day, you will become addicted to it. Okay. Now the institutions are going to come out and say, "Oh, you got a phone addiction." Yeah, because they want to label everybody. You do not have a drug addiction because you have a mental illness or because you have a deficiency or some gene break. You fucking use drugs every day, you will become a drug addict. Okay. You use alcohol every day, you will become an alcoholic. Period. Yeah. So it's not everybody in this room, if you use every day, you will become addicted to the use every day, whether it's caffeine or nicotine or alcohol, whatever. And then on the reverse side of that is if you get up every day and go to work and you succeed every day, you'll become addicted to that shit too. So like, I'm a fucking addict. Okay. I am addicted to the gym, success. Yeah. Bro, I like W's. Okay. I fucking love to win.
I love it.
I can't get enough of it. I will mainstream it in both arms. Hit me in both. I like just fucking give me as many wins as possible. Man. I never get sick of it. It's always great. And particularly if I'm doing the right things and winning's important. And I think a lot of people, would benefit from getting around other people that want to win more and want to make it cool to win.
What's the best advice you have for young entrepreneurs like myself that if you could go back in time?
Yeah, dude, look,
like in our early 30s, like
I would hustle fiat, men or women?
Both. Yeah. Men and women.
Don't worry about the other sex because you don't have anything to offer them. You have zero to offer anyone. Okay. So what you should do is you should go embrace work is the greatest gift God's ever given you. You should hustle fiat. Work for other people. Quit thinking I got to be the boss and the CEO. It's all bullshit. You need to fucking work and like work. Any kind of work is better than no work.
Yeah.
And get somebody to give you fiat, whatever fucking fiat they'll give you. Okay. You take that and you put a smile on your fucking face and say, thank you so much. Can I stay and do some extra work for no money? If you could adopt that attitude.
Man, that is like the complete opposite of Western civilization culture right now. It's just like we have this fucking infestation of lack of accountability and, lack of personal ownership. It's gotten so bad.
You guys want a glitch? Yeah. This is the biggest glitch in the universe. It ain't Bitcoin.
Yeah. Bitcoin's part of it. It's proof of work. Yeah, Bitcoin is literally the energy money.
Bigger than that glitch is humans saying, hey, I want to work for you. Mm-hmm. I want to sweep your fucking porch. I want to clean your toilets. I want to clean your gutters. I want to do, and by the way, whatever you want to pay me is fine with me. And go do that over and over and over again until people are like, God damn, that guy's got work ethic. If people do not say that about you, God damn, where you get that work ethic from? If that's not what they're noticing, it's because you don't have great work ethic. Because the moment you have that, you have magic.
Wow.
Okay, you have probably the most scarce.
You're not wrong, man.
It is way more scarce than
not
Bitcoin.
Wrong.
You think that there's a scarcity of fucking Bitcoin? Bro, there's a scarcity
of work ethic,
of people that love work. I love work. Okay. I come through here. I don't want to do this shit. I want to be in bed right now. I want to eat breakfast. I want to be with my family. Every time I walk past, somebody wants to take a photo or somebody wants to shake my hand or somebody wants to do an interview. I say, yeah, let's do it. And it doesn't matter if I want to do it. Like you guys got to, this is my advice to kids that are 20 and 25. Fuck it. You don't need to like it. You don't need to be passionate about it. You don't need to do what you love to do. Fuck all that shit. Do what you can fucking do and learn to love that shit. Get some fiat, take the fiat, this is the second part of it, and fucking get rid of it. Don't buy Gucci's. Don't go to strip joints. Don't buy any fucking drugs.
Invest in compound.
Lease your fucking car if you even need one. Fucking Uber. Don't even buy a fucking car. Don't buy fucking watches, okay? You don't need shit. You need investments. Don't collect bracelets, collect assets.
I love it. I'm going to let my boy sub in here for a second. He's a big fan of yours, and he grew up poor, and he fucking was watching your shit since we were little kids. So right here, my man Lucas, he's a realtor in Seattle. Wants to ask you a couple questions.
What's up, man? Wow. It's surreal to meet you in person. Man, I wanted to start off. You absolutely changed my life.
Thank you, man.
And I mean that. I was 22 years old when I came across your book, Sell or Be Sold.
Yeah.
I was a bartender at the time. That was 11 years ago. And I run the #1 real estate team out of Seattle.
Wow.
I have more money my dad cleaned boats. My mom cleaned houses. I'm a multimillionaire and I'm 33 years old. And a lot of it's because of you, man.
Thank you.
I mean that.
It means so much to me that you take the time to say that to me.
You've had a massive impact in my life in several ways. I got one question for you. And it's something that I'm struggling with because I'm at a stage in life where like you have enough funds to where your needs are taken care of.
Yeah, exactly.
And you kind of like, I kind of want to go into the shadows. I don't want to deal with the bullshit.
Yeah, I get
Why
it.
did you go so public?
Yeah.
And
because you're at that place where you have just enough money to think you're the shit and then just enough money to feel like shit.
Yeah.
Because it didn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks you're the shit. Your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt. Oh my God, you're doing so good. Everybody's telling you how good you're doing. You even want to tell me how good you're doing. But then you're like, yeah, this ain't that good.
Yeah.
And you're right. The second part of it's right. It's not that good. You know? So now the problem is you're like, you know how hard it is to do what you do right now.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can only get little incremental changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the increments are not going to change anything because you got shit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm going to get another watch. I'm going to get another car. I'm going to get another house. But it's not going to change anything. That's why you got to think, you got to figure out how to 10X what you've done.
Yeah.
What'd you do last year in revenue?
1.2.
So you got to figure out how to go to $12 million. You need to figure out how to go to 1.2 a month. The moment you do that, you're like, okay, I'm in the wrong vehicle.
Yeah.
I can't do 1.2 million a month. Nobody in my space is doing that kind of money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but who is? Oh, a guy that owns whatever. So you got to, for you to stay interested, bro, you got to go find a hill you hadn't climbed yet.
Yeah.
And that hill cannot be, I'm going to go up 3 steps because the view don't change.
Right.
You need to go up 100 steps.
Yeah.
You need to get to a different mountaintop to where you're like, oh, this fucking view is different.
Yeah.
But that means you got to change everything again. You got to throw away the version of you now. Okay? Whatever you identify with now, you got to throw that away and say, I'm going to go become another version of myself. It's the hardest thing to do in life, and probably the thing I'm most proud that I've done. Every 7 or 8 or 10 years, I recreate myself.
Yeah.
I throw away what I was and become something else.
And that's a hard process. And it's a scary process. Huh?
Very scary, dude, because you're risking what you've done.
Yeah.
But you have to risk what you've done to become who you can be.
Yeah.
Because who you are today it's going to hold you back for becoming the next version of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I got a question for you. You're shooting for $1 billion. Are you a billionaire yet?
We have $5.2 billion of real estate.
Yeah.
We only have 40% debt on it.
Yeah.
We have a health company that's probably worth, it's doing $150 million in revenue.
That's 10X Health.
Yeah, 10X Health System.
I'm a customer.
There you go.
Great. Love 10X Health.
We got 160,000 customers there that pay that on our supplements, on our recurring revenue. That company's probably worth $2 billion today. We have a consulting company that does $40 million in EBITDA a year. Wow. I don't know what that's worth, $300 or $400 million. Mm-hmm. Our educational business does almost $1 billion a year in revenue.
Wow.
So I don't know. You tell me. We have Cardone Capital has raised how much money have we raised? $1.6 billion. We have $5 billion worth of real estate. We're going to put by this summer, we'll have $1 billion, just a 12-pack of deals. Wow. We're going to aggregate 12 deals.
Yeah.
It'll be $1 billion worth of real estate, $200 million worth of Bitcoin. And we're going to go public with that next year. That'll probably pick up another $1 billion of valuation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you tell me.
Yeah. Oh, gee, man. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, man. But thank you for the opportunity to meet you. And thank you for doing what you're doing, man. That's very, one last question.
And congratulations on your success.
I appreciate it. Yeah. One last question for you. I saw you were doing a lot of work around California. What's the game plan there? Are we trying to clean up that
Yeah,
broken
so the
state or what?
California is a broken state, right?
Yeah,
Clearly
yeah.
broken, and the people are fed up there. We're just trying to see if we have enough of the active voters in the state of California that are irate enough and fed up enough not to worry about blue or red, but just want to get away from the extreme policies that have ruined the state of California. The housing problem there is a crisis. Illegal immigration is a crisis. Taxes are a crisis. Employment's a crisis. Cost of food it should be lower there than anywhere. It's where most of our food comes from.
Right.
The cost of gasoline, electricity, utilities, it's a fucking crisis.
Yeah.
But it was caused by extreme policies, not by Democrats. And we need somebody to go in there that can tell the truth to the people and then confront those that have ruined the state and caused the nightmare that it is there, because it's the greatest resource we have. And I'm hoping to make a big difference there between now and the next election.
Yeah, man. Love it. Love
Appreciate you, man.
it. Hey, thanks, Grant.